Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be sharing with you several Kickstarters that I found for board game accessories for the month. Of course, if any of these Kickstarters seem interesting to you, you could find links to all of them down in the description below. First off, we have the Tome Tote system. Now, I really enjoyed this one. As any of you who may play RPGs, it can be a bit of a hassle to carry all of your books and handbooks and guides and supplements, and so this is a really cool package that will just carry them all together. It looks really nice. So if you find yourself needing to carry the player's handbook and the Dungeon Master's Guide and the Monster Manual plus few other supplements, then I definitely recommend checking out this one. First off, the carrying case looks amazing. It looks fantastic. It does make it look like it's a bunch of ancient tomes. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it, and it carries them in a nice compact package. So if that's something that you would be interested in, you could find links down in the description below. The next one we have are board game clips. Now these look very handy for games that have a lot of moving boards or boards that you piece together to create one gigantic board. So games such as Zombicide, which have a lot of different map tiles that all come together to form one cohesive board. This looks like it could be an accessory that would be helpful for those games. Essentially, they are clips that will keep multiple boards together without them shifting throughout the course of the game. However, if you do have a 3D printer, I do think you can find similar items for free online that you could just print yourself. However, for those of you who don't have a 3D printer or don't want to go through the hassle of trying to print these things, these do look like a great alternative that might keep boards that have a lot of different pieces cohesively together to help speed up gameplay. It will also help keep your frustration down for when your friend constantly bumps the table and knocks the board every which direction. Moving on to the miniatures section, we have the Epsilon 3 Shield Generator STL files. This Kickstarter is for 3D printable terrain. Now, when you back this project, you'll get STL files, which you can then take and slice and make your own 3D prints on a 3D printer. If you don't have a 3D printer, there are several companies out there which you can send the files to, and they'll print it for you and ship you back the final product. Of course, if you're playing any kind of space game, these are definitely going to fit right in. So anything like Star Wars, Warhammer, or Starfinder, they will fit in beautifully and they look amazing. So much detail has been put into these models. They just look fantastic. So as long as you can get the print quality correct and they print up to par, these are gonna look fantastic once they're on the battlefield, and even better once they're painted. So if you're looking for some unique sci-fi terrain, I definitely recommend you check this Kickstarter out because the models look absolutely beautiful. Moving on, we have another Kickstarter for some miniature monsters. This one is called Uncharted Realms, Lord of the Shadows. So if you're looking for some 3D monsters to print for your next D&D session or for your battlefield, then this may be the Kickstarter for you. There are a good selection of different monster models to pick from, as well as terrain that will help flesh out your battlefield. Overall, the quality on these miniatures look really high, and so as long as you can print them with something like a resin printer or something that can capture that detail, I think these will look exceptional on the battlefield. So go ahead and go check that one out and see if these miniatures look interesting to you. Next up, we have another Monster Miniature Kickstarter. Now this one is for the Monster Miniatures 2. I do have to say that these miniatures look phenomenal. When I first saw this Kickstarter, I was blown away by the level of detail that each one of these miniatures has. It seems like there's several different pledge levels for this one, and each pledge level has a different creature pack associated with it. So you have everything from aberrations to fantastic creatures to golems and finally clockwork creatures. So there is definitely a wide variety of creatures to choose from for this Kickstarter, and you can pick which creature pack that you want. So if you're featuring more horror-esque creatures in your campaign, then you may choose the aberrations. However, if you're going for more of a steampunk feel, then the clockwork creature pack is the perfect one for you. Overall, this Kickstarter has a lot of different miniatures to choose from, some great cohesive creature packs for you to pick from. Also, the level of detail for each one of these miniatures is just outstanding. So, if you have a 3D printer and can print these, I definitely recommend you check out this Kickstarter because there are some phenomenal miniatures here. Moving on, we have the king of all monsters, the dragons. In the Legendary Dragons Kickstarter, you'll find STL files for a lot of unique and highly detailed dragon miniatures. Obviously, a lot of time and work has been put into each one of these miniatures as they are highly detailed and they look fantastic. They are also quite varied, so you won't get two dragons that look exactly the same. Each one is unique and has its own feel to it. So if you have your own 3D printer and you're looking for some fantastic dragon miniatures to test out that print, I highly recommend you check out this Kickstarter. They look fantastic and it will add another level of detail when you drop that deadly red dragon on your party. Moving on to the next Kickstarter, we have an interesting one. Say you just had a battle in your RPG, a massive battle and a lot of casualties. However, you don't have any miniatures for the casualties. Well, that's where this Kickstarter comes in. In this Kickstarter, you can choose from several different packs, and each pack has a unique collection of different casualties of war. So you've got your dead civilians and peasants, and then you've got your dead soldiers and knights, and then you've got your dead heroes and horses. So whatever you're looking for to really make your battlefield come alive, this Kickstarter seems to have it. So definitely check it out and look for whichever pack that you may want. It'll add another level of detail that will just make that battle seem so much more real and deadly. For the next Kickstarter, we move away from creatures and humanoids to something a little more inanimate. The next Kickstarter is the 3D fantasy props. This Kickstarter offers a lot of different fantasy props that you can kind of field different rooms and scenes with. So you have your crates and barrels and fire pits and treasure chests with the gold that goes along with it. There's definitely a lot of models with this one, and you get a good selection that can really help flesh out and add that next level of detail to all of your scenes. Of course, you will need a 3D printer to print a lot of these files, but they do look really good. It seems like they have a high level of detail to them. So if you want to go check them out, links will be down in the description below. Now maybe you don't have a 3D printer. If that's the case, then maybe the next Kickstarter will be for you. Next up, we have the High Fantasy Miniature Collection. This offers you a choice of several highly detailed miniatures for you to pick as a collection. Now this would be a great Kickstarter for you to check out if you're looking for a new miniature for your next D&D campaign. Or maybe you just want some highly detailed ones for that NPC that you're really excited about. Whatever you're looking for, they do offer several different highly detailed miniature models that you might be interested in. So definitely go check them out down in the description below, and you might find the next miniature for your character. Gotta love finding Kickstarters that you just want to back them all and can't because of financial reasons. The next Kickstarter we have on this list is probably the most ambitious and most interesting. The Kickstarter is called Town Builder Unlimited, and what it essentially lets you do is take a whole bunch of different windows, doors, walls, and piece them together to create unique structures and create a STL file based off of those modular pieces. Now the Kickstarter shows several examples of what you can build using their platform. It looks like you can create a wide variety of different structures that all look unique and varied. The Kickstarter even allows you to test out the platform for free. So if you wanted to give it a shot and see what you might be able to create, definitely go check out the Kickstarter in the description below. I think this would be a great Kickstarter if you are looking to flesh out and create some unique structures that even allows you to enter the interior of the building, or just if you want a lot more control over the files that you are able to find or print. It'll definitely be a great one for you to check out. That covers over all of the miniatures for this month. We'll move on to the Dice Corner. First off, we have the Spirit of Adventure. A bunch of multicolor metal dice which have this clockwork or futuristic sci-fi punk theme to them. These metal dice do look fantastic, and if you're looking for a unique dice set, this may be for you. They have several different versions of the dice, and each one have their own unique spin or designs to them. You can even pick up some of the previous dice that they came out with before. Overall, these dice do look fantastic, especially if you're looking for some dice for some kind of sci-fi punk, steampunk type setting. These will look fantastic on the table and will definitely be some of the more unique dice that you may find. The next dice set is more fun-loving and lighthearted. We have the Keyfish Crit, which is a polyhedral dice set with goldfish in the center. Overall, these look really fantastic and fun and just offer a different spin on your traditional dice set. I definitely really enjoyed seeing this dice set, and the cute little fish in the center just added a little more to its lovability. The dice do look pretty clean, however, with the transparency and the color that they use for the numbers, it can be a little hard to read, at least that's what I got from the pictures. I do think that this dice set is unique and offers something different, so definitely go check it out. Next up, we have my pick for the Kickstarter accessories for this month. Now, I've always wanted some metal dice, and these dice look phenomenal. This next Kickstarter is the Elite Metal Dice of the Elven kind. These dice look clean and crisp, and the colors look amazing, and the unique numbering system that they use really fit in with that theme of Elven made. Overall, this is the one I'm most excited about and will most likely be backing, as I've always wanted a set of metal dice, and I think these ones just look fantastic, and they keep unlocking more and more colors. I think they've just added a new Kickstarter stretch goal to reach, and it's this light blue color, which I think looks really good with a dark metal background. Overall, there's a couple different colors that I want, and so I don't know which one I'm gonna pick, but I will most likely be backing this one, and it is the one I'm most excited about. So if you're looking for a great set of metal dice, definitely go check out this one. Links down in the description below. The next Kickstarter that we have is the Saber Dice Debut Collection. If you've been looking for some sharp-edged dice, this may be the Kickstarter for you. These dice look really clean and crisp and do offer some cool color combinations. So if you're looking for another polyhedral dice set that have some really sharp edges, this may be the Kickstarter for you. Definitely go check them out, links down in the description below. Well, that is all of the Kickstarters that we have for the month of April. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave us a thumbs up. This lets us know that you want to see more videos like this one. But until next time, keep conquering boredom.